School psychology. Now, I have to admit, when I applied for my master's program in school psychology, I did not fully know what a school psychologist was. That was one of the things they wanted us to do um, during the application. And even though I kind of read the definition of what school psychologists do, I was like, yeah, I think I get it. But I did not fully know until you actually start doing it. School psychologists have many hats in the school setting. The primary and most important function of a school psychologist is special education assessments and evaluation to determine if a student has a learning disability or requires special education services, which usually leads to an IEP, individual education plan if they qualify, or could lead to other supports if a student does not qualify. But aside from special education eligibility, school psychologists provide counseling to general ed students and special education students. School psychologists consult with teachers to provide supports to teachers who then provide supports to students. We consult with teachers to provide supports to families as well. We directly work with parents and families and supporting students. And we work with administrators as well to kind of support school-wide supports and guidance in different ways to make sure that we're supporting schools. A lot of supports in there, huh? But I'd like to narrow it down to school psychologists being education detectives. Really cool, huh? It is cool because we're pretty much gathering evidence, searching and trying to figure out what can I do to figure out what's going on with this kid? What can I do to figure out how to support this school? What can I do to figure out? So you're looking for the problem or thing that needs to be worked on, and then you are kind of solving the mystery and providing the services. It's kind of like solving the case. But yeah, school psychology is amazing. I'm not quite sure how most people discover the role of a school psychologist. For me, I was a special education aide first in my career, then a teacher. And as a teacher, I got to engage in work and see the school psychologist do her thing. She knew I had a psychology background. She kind of said like, "Hey, Alicia, you wouldn't really need too much more to be a school psychologist." That was a lie because I actually did need to do a whole master's program and all that. But it was life-changing. It was the best decision I've ever made. And in my journey in becoming a school psychologist, I kind of healed myself in different ways. So very grateful. School psychologists, depending on the program you have, mine was a dual master's program, master's in science and school psychology and counseling. So I had the option, because I had all the coursework, to become an LMFT, licensed marriage family therapist, to do that and gain my hours, my 3,000 hours after. I started that route, but then decided to change. And I am now working towards my LAP and will be taking my LAP exam to become a licensed educational psychologist and possibly have my own private practice. But there are different things that you can do as a school psychologist and different routes you can take. Are not limited to assessment. You're not limited to counseling. You could do it all. You could do parts. It all depends which district you are located in. Or if you are in your own private practice, you get to decide how you want to do your thing. But ultimately, you're working with students in providing counseling. You're working with students to provide interventions, working with teachers to help provide interventions, and most important, like I said, is assessing students, gathering that data to determine if students need special education or supports in that way. I hope you liked what you watched, and if you did, please subscribe. I have much more to come as a school psychologist, as a mental health provider, as someone who is navigating their own mental health and wellness. I plan on sharing my journey to obtain my LEP, Licensed Educational Psychologist licensure, and doing the exam. I am scheduled to do the exam in a matter of weeks. I'm going to have different videos on that, as well as different techniques to survive school systems and different techniques to support students with different disabilities. Lots to come. Subscribe.